Okay, for a first year wrestling program, you guys have gotten off to a pretty good start, haven't you?
Yeah, it's done. We've done pretty good. We went to Warner over Thanksgiving break. I took, I believe it was 13 wrestlers, and we placed 8 of them out of 13 in the top 4. We took first place in a couple of different weight classes, second place in a couple, third in a couple, so on and so forth. I was pleasantly surprised with how it went.
All right. So that they did better than you actually expected it, didn't they?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I really expected several of them to go up there and go 2 and out, get sent home after 2. But I don't think we had anybody that went up there and lost 2 and went home. I don't think. We may have had 1 or 2, but everybody there competed well. There was several people in the bleachers and other coaches that really complimented on how hard the kids wrestled and stuff.
Well, how are your numbers? Are they pretty good?
Actually, we've had pretty good numbers for a first-year program. We've got 7th and 8th grade. I think I've got about 9 that are in there. We've got a couple that are trying to split time between basketball and wrestling. So 9 to 11 probably on any given day. High school wise, from 9th to 12th grade, we've had 26, I believe, is what we had, which is way more than I expected. Now, a bunch of them we had kind of pushed to come. If they wasn't going to basketball, this was going to be our off-season program for them until we decided, we're going to open the weight room up here in a couple of weeks and start getting back to lifting and stuff. But we wanted to get them in there and kind of get them competing with each other and working on flexibility and stuff. We've got a group of football players with some of the stiffest hips ever, so we're trying to work on some hip flexibility and things like that.
But you had boys and girls.
Absolutely. Gracie Springfield, 7th grader, she come here. They moved here from Sperry sometime in the last couple of years. I'm not sure exactly when. She was a multiple-time state champion in elementary school. She went up there. She drew, it's a blind draw on the brackets. She drew another previous state champion first round of her tournament, and I think she pinned that state champion in like 38 seconds or something like that. She's an absolute menace on the mats. She's my, a lot of times whenever I'm showing these kids moves and stuff, I have Gracie do the demonstration for me because it's a lot easier for her to do it than it is for me.
You were talking about the benefits for the football players, but there's really nothing other than track that can help them with their strength and balance than wrestling can.
Yeah, listen, I'm a firm believer in wrestling, not just as a way to help you in football. Wrestling is a sport that you're going to learn a lot about life in. Some of the biggest things you're going to learn, and it's something that I told the kids, you're going to learn how to compete, for one. You're going to learn how to compete. You're going to learn how to win with grace. You're going to learn how to lose with grace also. It's not something that you can. It's not something that you can go out there with a bad attitude because it's just not in the cards that way. You win and you lose with grace in wrestling. It's never fun. It's never something that you want to do, but you learn how to stand up and shake the other person's hand and say, you were better than me right now. Hopefully I get a chance to do something about it later,
And the conditioning also is a big benefit.
Oh, yeah. It's by far anybody that's ever done it, anybody that's ever wrestled around with somebody, even just playing around, they can tell you that it's exhausting to do. 30 seconds seems like an eternity. Well, in high school, you're wrestling 3 2-minute periods, and in junior high, you get 3-minute-and-a-half periods. So it takes a tremendous amount of conditioning to be able to do
they're using muscles they don't use for anything else.
They are. It's as far as I'm concerned, wrestling is, I love football, but wrestling is unlike any other sport you'll ever find.
What about the schedule?
So it's going to be pretty busy. It'll really pick up after the first of the year. November is known as kind of the open tournament month. That's when everybody goes to these open tournaments. December, it picks up a little bit. January, it really starts to pick up. We'll be really busy in January. December, with this being our first year, I didn't schedule much in December because I wanted more mat time in the wrestling room, you know, on the mats with me, so I can work on some things and tweak some things and try to get these kids understanding what they're doing. But I believe we've got an all-girls tournament at Wilburton next week. We actually have our first high school duel tomorrow night. It's actually a three-way, a try, with Podo's JV team and Northside Fort Smith at Northside. And then we'll finish off December the 17th and 18th at Coweta. We'll go junior high will wrestle 17th, high school will wrestle on the 18th.
Okay. Now, you're not actually having any home matches this year, are you?
We was going to try to, but it hasn't worked out with the mat situation. We don't have a competition size mat, so what we're going to do is probably postpone that and try to get some home matches scheduled next year.
Mm-hmm. So the program's off to a really good start then.
Absolutely. I'm pleased with where it's at right now. The kids are enjoying it. You know, it was funny when we told them, I asked a question, I kind of trapped some of them into this. I asked them, I said, how many of y'all play basketball? And, you know, you had a handful of them raise their hands. And I said, what do the rest of you do? And, you know, I do this. I said, no, now y'all go to wrestling with me. Mm-hmm. And I had a little bit of kickback. They didn't want to do it. But once they got in there and started doing it, most of them actually, they enjoy it. And then some of them that had no intentions of competing are actually some of my ones who are looking forward to going to competition now. So,
well, Coach, thank you very much, and
appreciate
good luck.
Thank you.